All right, hello everyone. How's it going? It's Alv Heavy Gamer. I'm back again with another video, and this day I wanted to talk about something different. War Thunder Naval. It's not covered a lot by many content creators, and it's probably a reason why, and I'm gonna get into that reason. But if you clicked on this anyway, you probably have some interest in naval warfare. I really like naval warfare games. I made a video on War Thunder Naval before. Um, but with this, I would venture to guess that you may have tried out War Thunder Naval, but you may have come away disappointed with the mode, or even angry, maybe even frustrated. My own personal experience with War Thunder Naval is a bit mixed. I mean, I really want to like it. I like the ship models; they're very beautiful. War Thunder's done a great job there. The naval combat is just okay, though. I mean, there's other games I think that do it better with different concepts. And the way the combat plays in War Thunder Naval, it just isn't really compelling to me. And I mean, there aren't enough real players. By that I mean there seems to be bots everywhere. Just SL farming. And I don't really have an overwhelming interest in World War II naval content anymore, like as an end goal. Like I said, I've played many other games with World War II naval as the focus, and I'm just kind of burnt out on that. I'm kind of looking for something different. So remember, this is just my opinion here, and this is just as an observer on the outside looking in. It seems that War Thunder Naval hasn't really blossomed or turned into the preferred game mode that I think Gaijin was looking for. But I think Gaijin could change this by altering their game plan towards naval just a bit. And that's the focus of this video. So I think the approach that War Thunder should be taking here is that naval tech trees, take the approach that they're just like the air and ground trees for all the nations, meaning that they're framed by their content, and particularly the endgame content or end of line vehicles. So, like the projection of strength of top tier vehicles kind of alters a player's perception and kind of draws players to them. You know what I mean? Like the F-16C, the M1A2, the T-80 BVM. Those top tier vehicles, they project an image, right? That really strong. They possibly could be overpowered, and players like, yeah, I want to get that. I want to grind through all this to get that top tier vehicle. Now I know top tier isn't the end goal for every player, and some low and mid tier vehicles are actually pretty fun. I mean, I get a lot of fun out of playing some of my favorite mid tier vehicles. But at least for Gaijin, enough players pursue end of line content, meaning that it's profitable enough to chase these players and develop content around their needs. And this is where the War Thunder Naval game plan kind of falters a bit, because I think they're chasing the wrong type of content. And that's why the player numbers are not there, and instead we have bots everywhere, like I said, farming SL. And I don't think I really need to show the receipts on this. You can take a look at the state of naval, and then look at the other game modes and compare, right? Compare air realistic battles, ground realistic battles. The queues are always full, people are always playing. That's not the case with War Thunder Naval though. And Gaijin pours developer resources into the mode every update. I mean, every update there's a ship for most nations that come out. And to me, it just doesn't seem like the return on investment is there. I mean, I would love to cover War Thunder Naval more, but people just don't watch it. And of course, I mean, I don't know for certain what's going on behind the scenes because Gaijin, of course, doesn't share that type of data with me. They're not obligated to do that at all. Nevertheless, though, this is my perception of what's going on. And like I said, few content creators even talk about naval, let alone stream it or make videos on it. So to make a point here, platforms and live services like War Thunder live and die by how many users are using the product. In this case, I'm meaning War Thunder Naval is a subset of the entire game. And thus far, I've seen that the developers have kind of failed to gain a critical mass of players interested in the naval part of the game. But why is that? I think it's probably not giving players what they want in a generic sense, meaning that they're not giving players the type of content that they're looking for. Like I said, I can say I was drawn to War Thunder specifically because of the modern jets and the modern tanks. The modern vehicles is the whole reason I started playing this game. And that same formula holds true for naval for me. That's to say, if you build it, they will come. and I don't see modern warships, so that's probably why I don't play War Thunder Naval as much as I would like to. So in my opinion, War Thunder has a naval problem, and a big naval problem. And my approach to solving that problem is that I would announce that naval is changing in a big way. I would call it Naval 2.0 or something like that. And I would just say, stop trying to be like other naval titles. The genre is already saturated with some very well established naval games. I would capitalize on the strengths that War Thunder has, such as multi-vehicle combat, realistic sensor mechanics, realistic weapon mechanics, comprehensive damage models, stuff like that War Thunder is good at. Gaijin should continue to, integrate naval strike aircraft and helicopters into the mode. I think this could be a huge growth area besides the ships themselves. The naval aviation, fixed wing and rotary wing could be a huge growth area for this part of the game. I mean, aircraft like the MH-60R Seahawk or P3 Orions, even P8 Poseidons, if they could get those bigger aircraft into the game, maritime patrol aircraft, I think that would be pretty compelling to play. So I've kind of explained the what, right? So how would they do this? I think they should just accelerate tech tree development and focus on modern capital ships, like guided missile destroyers, cruisers and frigates. I for one would love to see like a Spruance class destroyer, Oliver Hazard Perry class frigates, Udalois, Kirov class battle cruisers, ships like that I would love to see in the game. And this should be followed, I talked about this before in another video, but it should be followed by submarines or even developed concurrently, modern submarines. And this is not to say that all the content developed up to this point, like all of the effort up to this point wasn't a waste. I just think they focused on the wrong type of content first. Maybe they should have started at the top and then, filled in the middle and then filled in the bottom, or started from the bottom and at the top and then just worked towards the middle, something like that, that would have given players a idea of the rewards they could have at the far end and the modern stuff that a lot of players are looking for. And I know I might get some hate in the comments. Not everybody cares about modern ships, or a lot of people like World War II content, and that's cool, but that's just not me. I mean, I like it, but I also like modern ships, and I'd like to see that more. All right, so just to finish this video out here, the main point is I think Gaijin just needs to accelerate the development and get to the modern stuff so the players can see, and then they can make a decision that they want to join in, they want a piece of that. I want some of that modern stuff. I think they need to build that critical mass of players by putting enough surplus content into the mode so that players have multiple paths to progress in. For example, maybe someone only wants to play a destroyer, like a guided destroyer, guided missile destroyer, or a submarine, or maybe they just love naval aviation. But enough players pursuing ultimately convergent paths will culminate, I think, in a critical mass that Gaijin needs to rejuvenate naval. So if you agree with me, put DDG in the comments. If you're like, you're crazy, man, I like my World War II ships and I don't want anything else, also let me know that, but thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in a future video. Peace.